Hi everybody, and welcome to this unboxing video of the MPC Country Dodge Charger 1969 Dodge Charger RT in 1/25th scale. So this is labelled as an MPC kit. MPC is a name, of course, that disappeared a few years ago. This is produced by Round 2 Models of South Bend, Indiana. So this is one of the kits that they now have the rights to produce and distribute. So looking at the box, we've got a nice illustration on the box lid there showing a Dodge Charger speeding through the countryside. On the side of the box here we've got photographs showing details of the finished model, real model, which is always nice to have, and then an illustration here showing how the kit could be built. Okay, and then on the bottom of the box we've got some general information, and we've got a parts diagram as well, which is very nice. Okay, so let's see what's inside. Pretty simple by the looks of it so far. So in this poly bag here we have the body shell. Let's take a look at that. See what's in here. Okay, so we have a couple of things in here. We've got the body shell itself, one-piece body shell, and then the chassis base plate is nestling inside there. Okay, and then the interior tub is inside there. So taking a look at the interior tub, it's standard old car kit style really, molded in one piece. The sides are there, the center console's there, the back seats are in there too. A kind of a rough carpet type finish in the floor. There's some slightly unwelcome sink marks in there as well. Relatively simple side detail. Looking at the chassis and base plate, again fairly straightforward. It appears to have locators for steel axles to go through for the front and rear axles. So I would say, showing its age, looks like an old design. And looking at the body shell here, one-piece body shell, quite nice actually. Not a lot of flash to be seen here. Not really seeing any sink marks on the body either. Again, not really the latest of designs. Windscreen wipers, windshield wipers molded in one piece there at the bottom of the windshield. Same for the door handles. A few sharp edges on the body here and there. Nothing that a gentle sand wouldn't take care of. Okay, so let's take a look at what else comes in the box. Got a chrome tree here. Let's see what's going on there. So we've got a chrome tree, quite nicely chromed actually. Not sure how well this is coming out on the camera. We've got a grill piece here with grill inserts, or grill and front bumper actually in one piece. Rear bumper here, a set of racing style wheels, and then engine cam covers, rocker covers, I think twin carburetors there as well. Vanity plate, one or two bits and bobs, and we have another set of wheels here, which look to me like American racing torque thrust style racing wheels. There's a little piece of tissue paper in there separating those pieces as well, which shows a nice bit of attention to detail from round 2 there. Okay, what else is in the box? Okay, already starting to get to the bottom of it. So in this bag we have presumably pretty much everything else to make the car. Yeah, we've got the wheel backs there. Engine inlet manifold and heads, distributor, relatively simple stuff really. A one-piece moulding which incorporates the rear leaf springs, rear axle, exhaust with mufflers and tailpipes. Front seats which appear to have lap seat belts moulded into them, so they're sort of competition seats. Bulkhead there. What else is here? Dash, steering wheel. Okay, they look like different grill inserts to fit into the grill. Interesting. And the bonnet or hood, which appears to have racing style fastening pins there as well. Okay, what's next? Okay, front bulkhead with, or front panel I should say, with radiator. Some components for a roll cage which look a bit thick and chunky. Okay, and then what have we got? Engine and transmission halves, headers, fan, another inlet manifold by the looks of it, and an filter air cleaner there as well. Okay, that completes pretty much the styrene of the kit. So what else is left in the box? We have a metal axle. Not sure if that's for the front or the rear, but it's there anyway. And we have some tyres as well. Let's take a look at one of these. So we've got a vinyl tyre, quite a nice tread pattern on there. I like the look of that. And it has Goodyear branding on the wall as well. That's nice. That would respond well to some white lettering. And also a raised line. I wonder if that could be red striped as well. Interesting. Okay. Nice to see manufacturer names on the tyres. That could make a real difference to this kit. And then what have we got in here? I won't bother to open this. It's just quite simply the windshield windscreen there with, I think, the quarter lights just moulded in place. Rear window. No headlamp glasses because they are moulded in the closed position, so you can't see the headlamps. And that's quite nice. We've got some clear red for the tail lights as well. So, on into the bottom of the box. Decal sheet, we'll take a look at that in a moment. Country Charger instruction sheet. This is quite a brief affair. Assemble the wheels, assemble the engine. That's pretty straightforward. Optional dual carburetors. Okay, that's why we have that different inlet manifold as well. Chassis goes together quite easily. There's not really too much to that. Quite straightforward stuff. Roll cage, that can go in. It's described as optional. Yeah, sure. They suggest putting the various pieces of trim and stuff on the body at this stage, and then it all goes together. And then there's an idea as a sort of a guide to decal placement, although it's I think it's probably really left up to the individual to decide what you want to do in terms of decals. So let's take a look at those decals. I think this is one of the interesting parts of this kit. Let's see what's in here. And these, notice that these are sealed in a polythene bag, which is a really, really nice touch from round two. I think that's great. Okay, we've got quite a decal sheet. Look at this. So we've got numbers, racing numbers from 0 to 9, 2 sets of those. We've got flags. We've got a sort of a Union Jack with red and white stripes. We've got different styled United States flags. We've got, this is almost like a European Union flag there. And then we've got different generals, and I don't know if you can see this, but these are mostly separate decals. So General is a decal, and then Grant is a decal. Born Free as well. That's interesting. I've got a theory about why that is, which I'll get into in a moment. And then we have license plates for Georgia and Ohio, and we have instrument decals as well, which is a nice touch. So, on the face of it, quite an extravagant but mysterious decal sheet. Why have they done that? Well, some of you will recognise, of course, that this kit is essentially a reboxing of the old Dukes of Hazzard General Lee Dodge Charger kit from many, many years ago. A few changes have been made. I haven't built one of the old General Lee kits, but I understand that some things, like for example the rear window aperture, were incorrect on that kit and have been corrected to some degree for this one, which is good. What's interesting though is with this, with a little imagination, for example looking at the 01 there, you could make something getting close to a General Lee replica with this. Especially if you take the General, the L from General here, and the E from Born Free, you can spell out General Lee without a lot of trouble. What you don't get anywhere here is a Confederate flag. Probably a couple of reasons why this kit has been presented in the way it is. I imagine it's not inexpensive to continue to license the Dukes of Hazzard and General Lee branding from whichever movie or TV company owns that license. So that's one reason perhaps why this kit was put out in the way that it is. Also, I think there's been some some discussion in the United States about the appropriateness these days of showing or celebrating the Confederate flag. So that's possibly another reason why such a flag hasn't been included with this kit. So reading on the internet, reading on the forums, I've heard a lot of negative comments about this kit and the fact that there are parts of it that aren't accurate, parts of it that don't really add up. I bought this because I just wanted a straightforward, good old-fashioned American muscle car kit, and really, I think that's what I've got. In terms of value for money, this kit set me back £36 just a couple of weeks ago in the UK, which, I don't know, that must be something like $45, something like that, 45 US dollars, I'm not sure. I wouldn't describe that as really cheap, but it seems to be that model kit prices are on the rise, so maybe that's just what a basic muscle car kit costs you these days. Overall, I think despite the fact that some people say there are inaccuracies in there, maybe there are, I'm looking forward to building this as just a good old-fashioned muscle car, and I'm sure it will build up and display nicely. Thanks very much for watching.